Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be doing a speed build. So as you can see, I just start out with mapping out the layout and just kind of getting a feel for the flow and the scale of this place. And I do have a frame of reference for this build today. It's actually my workplace. So I work in a coffee shop that used to be a home. So all of the exterior features like the windows and the doors and even the front and back porch, those are all still original. And I like to do the roofing like right after I finish the layout so that it's over and done with. I don't have to worry about it later, because I don't know about y'all, but every time I finish like furnishing and the exterior and then I forget that I haven't done the roof yet, it just makes me so mad, and I don't feel like figuring it out later. I'd rather do it first so that I can make adjustments while I'm building. So I'm just choosing the floors and like the arches, doors and windows and all that. Just like I said, getting the flow of the place. And because I'm here like practically every single day, I have a pretty good idea of how this would have worked if it were a house. So obviously how it's laid out now as a coffee shop doesn't really give too many hints as to what each room used to be, but I work with a girl who's been there since like day one, and she told me that the first two rooms in the front, that was the master bedroom and the living room, and then those two middle rooms, that was a second bedroom and then the dining room, and then all the way in the back, that's just the kitchen and like a little like sunroom for the back porch. And I also added 4 fireplaces in this build because as the building stands now, there is a like covered up fireplace in each of those first 4 rooms. So I kind of wanted to keep those. I think that they are pretty integral to the layout itself. And yeah, I did want to add the chimneys too, even though, they are non-functional now, but it's fine to have them functioning in the game. I don't really think that I need to add, or I was thinking about adding just like that fireplace frame that came with, I think, the holiday stuff pack that was free. I really like using those if I want to convey that there was a fireplace in a house originally, but it got covered up. But I think that these fireplaces that came with Decor to the Max are really cute, and they're actually kind of the same vibe as the ones that are in the building currently. And I'm breaking one of my big rules here with this build, in that I didn't finish the exterior and like the landscaping first. I moved straight into furnishing after getting the floors and the wallpaper down, because I just kind of wanted to get like a general color scheme going on, and I chose greens and dark woods and then like orange and yellow as an accent color. And the way that this house is mapped out, I think this would be great for like a single parent or 2 parents and maybe like a teenager. And with this second room, the way that the bathroom kind of cuts into it, I actually think it'd be better suited for a teenager, because it's like the bed is in its own private nook. With the bathroom, I just kind of wanted to keep it simple, so I went with the items that I use in like all of my builds. Like I always use these Dream Home Decorator items for the bathroom. They're just really sleek and they look modern but also kind of vintage at the same time. Also, I don't know about y'all, but I really like wall sconces. Maybe not in The Sims because most of them are really dim, but in real life, I think that they're kind of pretty. I don't always... Actually, in real life, I hate overhead lighting. I never turn on my big light in my room or in my living room. I only use lamps. So I kind of struggled here with the living room, just choosing a combination of seating and curtains because I wanted to stick with the color scheme. I wanted to keep that strict, and some of the curtains in this game are really pretty, but they have some horrendous swatches that come with it. So to avoid everything looking white and beige, I tried to pull color from everything else in the room. So I failed with the curtains, but with the couch and the armchairs, I feel like I could achieve that pretty easily. And I'm pretty sure I choose, yeah, that rug. I use that rug in all of my builds. But I mean, look at those colors. I mean, specifically in that swatch too. I always use that one. So I'm adding shelves on one side of the fireplace just as a nod to the layout in the coffee shop currently. On either side of the fireplace, we have built-ins, which we store merchandise and artwork, and I think it's a great way to utilize vertical space. But it does present a problem whenever you're trying to clutter them. Like, you have to put something on them, but a lot of the clutter items in this game don't snap to shelves automatically, and I'm not a huge fan of elevating objects with like the alt placement on shelves, only because they are attached to the wall. So whenever you bring the walls down, you just see all these items just floating, which is kind of distracting for me in gameplay. The easiest items thus far to add to any room to clutter it up are plants. And I love this three-tiered plant stand. It comes in really cute colors. With the hallway, I kind of struggled on whether or not to keep it fully open like this or to close it off, because I felt like it was an awkward amount of space from the door to the wall and then the other side of the door to the rest of the room. So I tried different things like adding this divider, but ultimately I went with that half wall because it was shorter, so it made it look like it was still incorporating the rest of the space in the room. And I almost forgot to clutter that console table in the back there, but I love that tiny little speaker. I think that came with high school years. I thought that was a good place for it. With the dining room, I could have gone with a longer table or just, square or rectangular table, but I love round dining tables just with the way that the chairs snap to it. And It did give me the challenge of filling corners, which I'm not very good at. But I think in the end I figured it out and it looked good. Again, I'm just sticking with that green and orange and, another warm tone to complement it. Most of the items that I use in this build are going to be from Dream Home Decorator, Get Famous, and I think some Tiny Living. But I kind of stuck to those two because of the furniture aesthetic I was going for. I wanted to keep it in that mid-century timeline. It's also a really popular furniture style where I live. But I think everyone likes mid-century. There is a difference between mid-century and mid-century modern, but honestly, I'm not going to be a snob about whether or not you have something that was restored versus reproduced. Like, who cares? I decided to go with the separated oven and cooktop because this kitchen was oddly large, so I just wanted to make the space make sense by filling up more counters. And then just with the hallway here, I thought it was a good place to add a breakfast nook. And I also love those little produce signs. It makes me think of like stuff I saw at my mama's house. Also, that jar of chilies that came with Dine Out, I use that in pretty much every build too. Maybe it's just my house, but there's always like a jar of something weird on the counter. I think 3x2 bathrooms are the most convenient size for me to build, but I also hate that you don't have room to add anything else. Like, you just have to put the essentials in. But I only say that because, like, building a larger bathroom for me gets awkward. I just feel like you have too much space and you can't really fill it quite right. I really like this sun porch because it gives me some really like eclectic energy, which is very on brand for the kind of place that I live. It's a nice mix of people and styles here. And I'm just going back in and giving some of these rooms accent walls, just so it wasn't just like plain white and boring. There we go. I put the bar in the dining room because that's a nice little corner decoration and also functional. And I'm coming back to the roof here and the porches, and I hate these colors together. I also think I end up, yeah, I'm doing that right now, changing the exterior walls. I wanted to keep the brick element there because the building is just a fully brick building and we painted it orange, but I think that's just a little too wild, so I went with like the siding and brick combo. Makes it look more residential. And I definitely stuck with, as far as like the columns and the fences, I stuck with the Seasons expansion stuff because it's all in like that Craftsman style, and I would classify this home as a Craftsman home. And then with these rocks in the front, that's actually how the building looks now. I think it's really cute. So I'm just kind of building like a little backyard area here because the way it is now, it's just like where the, like behind the building, that's just where we put our trash cans. And there's a storage unit that has like an entire boat in it, but this lot is not big enough for me to add a boat just for realism's sake. So yeah, I just decided, you know what, a backyard would be more functional for gameplay and it makes more sense. I'm not the best at terrain painting, but I try my hardest to make it look kind of natural. I've seen a few people who are really good at landscaping do this thing where they just draw a path and to sort of hide the edges and make it look more or make it look less out of place, to have like a kind of airbrushed path, is they add like a lot more landscaping like right on the edge of the paths, which I think is beautiful, but I have no patience for. So yeah, I'm just adding things in the back here that would make sense to be in a backyard. So I think I'm gonna finish the commentary on this now and just let you watch the rest of this build, and then we can jump into game and I can show you like a little up close preview of how it all looks. All right, so here we are, and this is the exterior of the house. Looking pretty good, even though it's rainy and gross, but I'm pretty happy with it. Also forgot to highlight that I added the cute little butterfly vent. I don't know, I feel like adding realistic touches to a house make me really happy. So, all right, let's see. So my computer updated in the middle of the night and now my mouse controls are inverted again. So this might be kind of a struggle for me, but we'll see. Let's jump in very slowly. Here we go, here we go. Let's go like sim height. All right, here's the entrance. Let's back up, yeah. And here's my little random sim that I created just to move in to do this. She's having a great time standing up. All right. Yeah, I like the view of this hallway. I mean, it just looks like this is a legit home. And with the plants, zoom out, not in. Yeah, I really like the colors of this room. Feels very inviting. And yeah, it's good from all angles. Yeah. And I also love that mirror that came with Pastel Pop. All right, let's go into the master bedroom. Oh, I forgot to clutter this. I'll fix that. Yeah, oh my gosh, this just feels like so inviting and serene. It has a much more prominent effect when you're like actually in it in game. Also, I never noticed how much work they put into the texture of this headboard. Looks amazing. Like the natural light filing in as well. Very nice. Okay, that is the bedroom, master bedroom. Let's go down the hall to the second bedroom. Love this wallpaper. Added the TV in there. Very teenager thing to have. Shrubs are there for privacy, but it's not very private. But at least they have curtains. Yeah. I always turn, if I'm gonna put shoes under something, I always turn them the way that I would put my shoes into like an organizer or under something. Like this tells me that they just took off their shoes right there and like stuffed them underneath the dresser. Right, that's that bedroom. Into the bathroom. You know, it's a bathroom. Yeah, that's it. And then to the dining room. Yeah, oh my gosh. Also warm and inviting feel in here. Let me back up and get a good. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty. I would love to have a dining room this big. Or dining room at all. That'd be nice. All right, kitchen, kind of bland. I didn't really clutter that up either, but I can fix that as well. Also, if you guys, I'm gonna put this on the gallery. If you guys do want to download this, this window is custom content, and it's good news for people that have it, which is just the, I think I got it from Little Dica's Delicious Kitchen pack. But if you don't have it, a good alternative is always the modern awning window that comes in base game. It's just not as wide. And then a little breakfast nook. I didn't like putting it right up against the wall, but you can choose to move that. I put a lot of things on alt placement. Oh my gosh, I didn't fix this rug. I'll fix that later. And the second bathroom, honestly, this one is kind of cuter for some reason in my mind with the blinds. And this doesn't have a full shower, it's just the tub. And then on to the sun porch. Yeah, this is a really inviting room. Oh my god, I'm getting like sick in this tab mode. But yeah, I really like the mood in this room. I could have added more paintings, but it just seems like a nice little place to relax. And the curtains, I feel like, gives it a tiny bit more privacy. And then on to the back porch, into the backyard. Got a little swing set. Maybe the teenager has some friends that they invite over and they're like, oh, I still have this swing set. Like, wouldn't it be cute if we went on the swing together? And then, you know, just a few garden planters and this little shelf and a hose. Yeah. So I'm really happy with the way this turned out. I'm slowly starting to find like my flow as a builder in this game. So hopefully I'll have more builds in the future that I feel comfortable sharing with y'all. But until then, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to leave a comment with suggestions or, you know, just feedback or whatever, even just to say hey, I would love that. And I hope I see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye!